So, hi everyone, good evening. I'm Sharon Devrajan, and I recently joined Infosys and in OMS project for the premium bands, Sina. So, welcome you all to Infosys. So, I'll be giving an overall idea about the order management system because that's the one that we are taking care here. So, before I move in, can I have like a very brief update about you all to know that whether you have OMS background and or years of experience you have, things like that. Just a small update would help me. I think Rashmi has already got introduced to him. Probably Venkat or Kishan can and Ram can just tell me.
Hi, Sharon. Actually, due to
Is it Kishan who's speaking?
yes, yes.
Yeah, your voice is very low, Kishan. I'm not able to hear. Can you speak up a little bit?
Workshop
Not much. Okay, you can just put it in the chat. Like we can move to Ram. Ram, are you there? Hello? Is anybody able to hear me?
Yeah, we have been here.
Okay. So Venkat or Ram, can you just give me a quick, a small
Hi Sharon.
introduction?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hi Sharon, this is Venkat.
yeah, Venkat, yeah.
I have overall 5.5 years experience. I have worked on different projects like AT&T, Anthem, and PNG projects. Technologies used like testing, manual testing, uh, and IBM FileNet services, that is monitoring servers. And my previous project is PNG, that is Salesforce admin side.
Okay, okay, yeah. Thanks, Venkat. Thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you, Sharon.
Okay, so yeah, so I think all of us might be having a basic idea about order management system. So I'm just sharing my screen. Just acknowledge if you're able to see. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So does anyone have an idea about order management system? You can explain it in your own words, like what you understand by it. Hello. Okay, I'm guessing. Okay, I'll go ahead. So, an order management system is nothing but we'll take a real life example, like how we place an order online and how the life cycle of the order happens. So, if you see here, I'm just reading it out for you. If order management system is like any tool or platform that would track the sales, the orders, the inventory, and the fulfillment, as well as it will enable the partnership, the collaboration between people, process, and also that the products reaches a person on time. So for example, we in India, I think the biggest e-commerce that happens is through Amazon. So you place an order and there are people who will be tracking the sales, like when the order is captured and what order is captured. So that would be in the sales part, and also there would be people who will be working on managing the inventory as well as packing and picking the product and sending it to the customers. So all these together would contribute to order management system. Okay, so now moving to the next slide. Okay, so this is just a life cycle of order management system. If people can speak up, it would be good. Like I'll try to understand what is your idea also about orders. So these are the different things that come into order management system. So the number one thing is placing of orders. So whatever orders you placed, there is a system that will capture what order is placed, right? And this other things that will play into the picture is about the products that the company would support, and the customers. So we need to have a database of customers, database of products, a database of for orders, and we also need to take care of the payments process, and the returns or exchange of products, and also the inventory of the products that we have. Okay, so all these together will contribute to order management system. So we as a in the business, we need to think about, or purchase a product that would help us to take care of all these things, which will come into order management system. Okay, and the integration here that is mentioned is to integrate between these orders to products. So we have different third party vendors also for integration. All right, so this is the things that contribute to order management system. So if you see a typical order process, okay, so I'm a customer, and I'm placing an order in Amazon website. Okay, so then I will click on the product, and I will select the number of quantities that I want. Then it will move to my cart, and I'll make my payment. So once the payment is successful, the company would receive my order, and it has to be fulfilled from somewhere, and that's called a warehouse. A warehouse is a place. Even Amazon has a warehouse, and all this e-commerce people, they'll have a warehouse. So the warehouse people will receive the order, and the product and the quantity, and they will pick the item from the warehouse, and they'll pack it, and they'll ship it. So then I will be receiving my order, and that in Amazon they do ask us for a feedback as well, right? So the more efficient, and the more supportive it is to the customer with respect to how easy it is to place your order, and how easy is the payment process goes through, and how easy is the delivery time. All these together will definitely contribute to the feedback of, or the name of the company. So that's how you improve your business. So it is very important that as a business, they choose the right OMS product, which will be accommodating all these things that the customer would require to have a seamless relationship with that particular company. All right, so this is a typical order process. Okay, so so again, it's just overall picture of the points that I mentioned. So in OMS, what are the different features that will be there? If you see, we need a system that will track all the orders that are coming from, right? So like I mentioned, an order will be tracked with respect to the person and their address, and the PIN code, and other details like what number of items they have placed, and what are the items, and how much quantity of the items. So this is called tracking of orders. So we will have a OMS feature that would be designed to track the orders alone, right? And then we will be having again another system that should be managing the inventory. Okay, so for example, sometimes if you see in a website, they'll say only one item left in stock. All right, so by the time you go and place an order, and when it comes to the cart, it might get it will say it's out of stock. So the system also needs to inform the person, the customer, on time when an item goes out of stock, so that you don't place an order, and then after 2 days you come to know that the product is no longer in stock. So it looks like a very easy thing when I explain, but imagine if you have a 50,000 product list, and you need to maintain the inventory, and keep giving updates to different systems so that your inventory is in sync. So when I say inventory, I hope all of you understand what I say. The products, for example, if they have a carton box of 100 products and 50 are sold, so my online system needs to know that the warehouse has only 50 product remaining, so I can take only 50 orders more. I cannot take 60 orders more, right? So that sync also needs to happen. So for that we have for that also the OMS feature needs to handle this managing and monitoring of inventory. right? So we can speak a little bit detail about that going further, just the overall picture. Next is order fulfillment. So if you, for example, a warehouse, I hope all of you understand what I mean by a warehouse. A warehouse will be like a go down where they'll be having all the cartons placed inside the warehouse at different for example, I have personally visited a warehouse, so I can speak from my experience. So it will be like they call it an aisle. So inside an aisle, on the left and the right hand side, you will have different floors or layers of products placed. All right, and there will be an automated vehicle that can go and you can bring the product from different heights, and you can move it to the packing stations, right? So this warehouse will be very huge, and they will have to manage the products at particular locations, and they'll have to maintain the locations also in the system, so that there is no difficulty, or there's no trouble going and trying to find out where the product is. So the system should prompt you where the particular product is, so that they can go and receive it and come. So that's again, that will come into warehouse management system, but coming into only speaking for only OMS. So a person in the warehouse has to go and pick the product, and they have to pack it. And when I say packing, that will also include printing of labels. So the label should have a the mentioning the items and the tracking number as well. So again, when it comes to shipping, you'll have you'll when I say shipping, then it will definitely include a larger process there, because you need to tie up with a carrier, right? For example, Amazon has its own LTL. So what they do is they take care of their delivery of products. So they will give you a tracking number, and their company has that's the facility to come and deliver the products to the customers. But whereas if you take other things like, for example, I order in First Cry, so they tie up with the carrier service called Express Fees, right? So that is a third party that comes into picture when I say about shipping. So then when they ship the product, then they have to give the tracking numbers to the customers also. So that when I say it's about tracking, okay? So that all these things will come into order fulfillment: picking the product, packing the product, shipping it, and also sending tracking details to the customers. All this will come under order fulfillment process, most of which will be a primary concern when we work in this project, all right? And then OMS should also support reverse logistics. Actually, the data says we have about 30% of the customers who will be making returns or exchanges, right? So generally, if you see, we have a good customer experience with websites like Amazon, because they have a very easy, way to return products without any problems. So that also should contribute to a good or efficient OMS system, right? So that when I say reverse logistics, it should be your exchanges or returns. So this is again a little bit elaborated picture of what happens in the process. So if you read, the first step that happens is a customer, I go and place an order online. Okay. So here, if you see, I want to mention a term called omni-channel, which our project does support. When I say omni-channel, it is like, I place an order. I can either place my order in a website, for example. I can take you take a mobile store. Okay. For example, an Apple. I can place my order in apple.com website. I can go to an Apple store and pick up the order, or I can even call and place an order over the phone. Okay, with a customer care, I can speak and I can place order. So there are different ways of placing an order. That term itself is called omni-channel. All right. So that's what I've mentioned here. So when a customer places online, either online or in store or over the phone with a customer service representative, all right, then the customer details would be stored. I'm sure all of you know that when you create an Amazon account, the first thing that they do is they take your details, and sometimes they even they can even store your payment card details there, so that the next time you don't have to keep re-entry. And also the company also does need the customer details. They store it, including you can see your order history, and how many quantities you've ordered, and your payment preferences. Like you can add your debit card or credit card or whatever details you want. It you can save it for your next use. Okay. Lastly, the customer order is sent to the warehouse. Okay, from where your order would be fulfilled. Next step is the inventory is then checked by the warehouse manager. So there are workers in your warehouse managers also warehouse where they will go and have a consistent check on the inventory as well, and they will the products have to be fulfilled in the warehouse also from different vendors. So that is a receiving side that also happens, which would be an individual project that happens in that happens where products have to be refilled in the warehouse also. If it gets empty, they'll have to purchase it from other vendors, and they'll have to refill the inventory there. Okay, so in case the inventory runs low or it is completely due to a large order, then the order would be placed to the purchasing departments where they can refill and keep more inventory for further receiving of orders. Okay, and then the next step would be the order is then sent to the accounts department where all the payments and the payments acknowledgement and all those details would be happening there. And the last thing would be the delivery of goods to the consumer. Like I mentioned, Amazon has its own thing, and other companies would tie up with external carriers. If you see in US, the two main carriers would be your UPS and USPS. So they have a separate every OMS system will have a third party system which would decide we'll have to make a cost effective one, right? So in case if your product is coming from within your state, and they will have to decide which carriers to choose, which is the cheapest one, and which is the best route also. So all these things would be decided again by a third party vendor, and which will decide which carrier they can use to deliver your products to the customers. Okay. And, yeah, this is again, it is a repetition, but it may have more details here. If you see an order management system, an order is placed and customer data would be entered, and you will also have payment processing. There are different payment methods that we have. If you see, we have PayPal, and we have other UPI systems that are added. So there are different payment methods and that can be added, and along with that, we do encounter things like discounts you can, and coupon codes and things like that. All these things in our OMS system can you can customize OMS system accordingly. And next thing is order fulfillment, like I mentioned, inventory management and picking and packing. And again, the next thing would be shipping and delivery. The carrier controls, like I mentioned, carriers would be like UPS, USPS, or Blue Dart, or in India we have Blue Dart, and India Post, or different things. So maintaining and maintaining that information also OMS system can handle. And omni-channel process, like I mentioned, you can take your orders from different places. You can purchase order from different places of the same company. And customer order tracking, which is very important, because we always want to know where our products are stuck, and when it is going to come, and things like that. And your returns and refunds as well. Okay. And the last thing would be measure and analyze process, which is very important from a business perspective, where you can they do record the amount of orders and things like that, so that they can use it for forecasting in the future to see to meet the demand. For example, a particular item gets sold during a particular season, so if they get a data of how much orders come for this particular product, so the next year they can be pre-prepared of keeping that much of inventory in the warehouse to fulfill the customers needs. All right, so that's also very important for forecasting and measuring and analyzing. So again, these are the features of OMS. If you see, so the sales channels. So there are 5 main areas of order management process. The first one is the sales channel, where the OMS will receive and consolidate all the information from all points of sale, including online, in-store, and call center. Like I mentioned, the 3 different types. And some products also support orders from different global regions. Like some websites do support orders international and also different currencies as well. So OMS will take care. That is one of the feature of OMS. The next thing, sales support, product information and availability are updated real time. Like I mentioned, about the inventory. There would be inventory updates that would be happening every second or every minute, I would say, depending upon, for example, I place an order in a store. Okay, so once I go and pick up the order, once the order gets fulfilled, then the system has to minus that product from the overall inventory so that there would not be any duplicate orders, right? So those kind of things OMS takes care. So the availability are updated real time for both your customers and the employees in the customer service team. The people who are actually in the stores also would need to know that. Okay, so then the customer database. So that is also another important feature where the customer's information will be maintained, including their previous orders and other details of them. And the next one is again inventory management. In addition to providing a consolidated view of inventory, tracking stock levels, the OMS includes inventory management algorithms to route orders to the appropriate warehouses and identify the best shipping options. For example, let me tell you, in US, if you see, if a customer is placing order, there are different types of orders, which I want to say now. One is which will come directly, which would be serviced from the warehouse, and another one is which can be serviced from a store, and the other one is you can go directly to a store and you can pick up. Okay, so and also you can place orders from different, for example, you're placing your order from your tab and you're placing it to your nearest location. For first order that I'm going to explain is find in store, right? So for example, if you want to pick up a store which is in your area, okay, so your preference would be to pick up that order from there. So you can order from that particular store, and you can go to that store and you can pick up the order. That way an order can be fulfilled, all right? And another thing is you place an order, and usually find in store happens when you want that product immediately. I want it, I want it today evening. So you place an order in the morning, you go pick it up in the evening. You don't have time to wait for it, come for 2 or 3 days. So another one is you can just order, and the OMS system will decide where to fulfill that order from. The OMS system can fulfill your order from your nearest store, which may be cost effective again, so that with respect to the carrier that you choose and the delivery method and all that, they may service that from your nearest store or from the nearest warehouse that would be there. So there will be different regions. So whichever is closest to you, if they can service that order to you from that particular place, it will be more cost efficient for the company, right? So definitely OMS needs to have different algorithms which will support these needs, because if you don't have it, then it may, the company may be losing a lot of money, because there will be no algorithm set, and it can keep getting processed from different locations. So that is what inventory management means. And last thing is accounting integration, that like I mentioned, with respect to accounting, you'll have tie up with different third-party vendors like PayPal and all that. So that's a separate process. Do we have um, Saket on the call? Chance? Let's see.
I
Okay,
don't think
yeah.
Sharon Saket is not yet joined.
Okay, fine. Okay. So some of the challenges that on the order management system would be facing with respect to, like I mentioned, order sourcing, allocation, and fulfillment. Like I just mentioned in the previous step, it is very important for OMS system to know where to service that order from, and how to allocate that product from, with considering the fact of time and the delivery method, as well as your carrier. With respect to the carrier, everything should contribute to a good customer experience, as well as a cost efficient method. So those are some of the challenges that OMS systems might face, where which is where we need to pitch in and find the right product which would satisfy the needs of the business. And some other exceptions, like for example, an order gets misplaced during you place an order within to be delivered to you in the 3 days and it's not come. So we don't know what has happened to the order. So that's where again you need a system to provide the information to your sister to the customer about where your order is stuck, and why is it stuck. And sometimes if we can see in India also, we can see it is stuck due to some COVID situations or like that. So those kind of updates, exceptions risk also the system needs to handle. So that's another one of the challenges that OMS system may have. And another thing is the delivery method that I mentioned, that we already spoke about with respect to delivery also, and they should be able to track the information and also to be getting the product on time. For example, there are different types of delivery timings. For example, some products may be required, overnight delivery within 1 day, and some may be a 3-day delivery, or some may be a 7-day delivery. So these are some of the things that we, with respect to orders, will be handling in the project. So depending upon that, the carrier also will be chosen, so that sometimes a customer might pay $20 extra to just to ensure that the product would be delivered to them in 1-day delivery. So it is very important for OMS system to tie that order to a appropriate carrier, so that the customer does get their product within 1 day, because they may be planning for a vacation, or they may be planning for something. So they may place an order which should be delivered to them in 1 day, and they'll pay extra for it. So it's very important that we take care of such midnight delivery orders in a more critical or important way, so that we have a good customer experience as well. So yeah, so those are the overall picture that I can give about OMS now. Does anybody have any questions? Has everybody got it, what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all clear till now.
Okay.
Ma'am, I Sharon,
Yeah, go ahead.
please explain bit slow.
Okay.
You're
Actually,
going too far.
actually, I'm done. So did you get it, what I was explaining?
Yeah. Now it's
Anything
okay.
that I need to repeat slowly, please let me know. I can
Okay.
explain it slowly for you.
Okay.
So Venkat, so what are the things that you didn't understand?
Screen shares. Hello?
Yes, Venkat. So
Today it's okay. I took screen shares.
okay. So okay. So whenever going forward in the next sessions, if you don't understand, please raise it at the set in that minute itself. Okay.
Yeah,
Instead
okay.
of
Okay.
people explaining it for 30 minutes, instead of that, you raise the concern at the time itself. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Sharon.
Yes,
Sharon,
yeah.
Sharon, you are done, right?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So now we will do one thing. So let us spend some more time, 10 or 15 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
If they have any doubts, you can open your slides, whatever that you were showing to them, right?
Yeah,
Let them
right.
ask any questions in the slides.
Okay.
Hi guys, here we want you to be interactive. These sessions are for you to come and learn the things. We won't teach you anything. We will give you a platform. You have to raise the questions and you have to get the answers. Ram, is it clear? Hello. Ram, you are there in the call? Can you speak? Ram, I didn't hear anything from you. Kishan?
No. They call it omni-channel fulfillment. Yeah, so when you say an omni-channel fulfillment, see, we are fulfilling an order either from a store or from a warehouse. So there are different locations with respect to where an order can be fulfilled, or even a customer can go and pick up an order it online and go and pick it up at the store. So there are different ways of fulfilling an order. That's what is called an omni-channel fulfillment.
Oh, okay. Because during that screen, I mean the algorithm or the flow chart. So I think in the second phase where you were trying to show up the process once again, there the omnichannel, the delivery. I mean the product once it gets delivered to the customer in a different way, as you said, UPS or UPSA. Then omnichannel came into picture. It was just beside that carrier. So that is where I was a bit confused. So you mean to say the order can be picked up from the carrier through omni-channel. You mean to say, for example, let us assume that,
No, no, no.
for
Omni-channel,
example,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you can finish your question.
so what I understood is you mean to say once the order get placed, everything happened, then at the last, the carrier can go ahead and pick up the order from the omni-channel and deliver it to the customer. Is that the way you try to explain us in the second
So when I was
approach?
explaining omni-channel, that is a separate concept that I was trying to explain with respect to saying how our project supports what are the different ways an order gets fulfilled. But when I'm talking about the carriers, so that's a different, I would say a different project where the OMS system has to decide which is the most cost-effective way to tell or cost-effective carrier to choose to fulfill that order. So, the carrier can, if I'm fulfilling my order from a warehouse, then the carrier would be in the warehouse picking the product and delivering it to the customer. If I'm fulfilling my order from a store to an address, then the carrier would be, picking up that order from a store, right? And the third type of fulfillment of order is where a customer themselves go and pick the order themselves from the store, where there is no need of carrier or shipping that comes into picture. You got it?
Okay, yeah.
So omni-channel fulfillment, when I say that, is just a way of fulfilling order. So
Okay,
not all
omni-channel.
companies do fulfill orders from, they have a store outlet. They can just ship it from their warehouse, or some companies can, fulfill orders only from store, or some shops where you'll have to go and pick the order from the shop. There is no way that they can ship it to your house or your address, right? So there are different ways of fulfilling an order. So in our project, we support omni-channel. That's what I was saying.
So omni-channel means different ways of fulfilling the order, you mean to say?
Right, yeah. Different
Okay.
locations of fulfilling the order, I can say. That would be appropriate.
Different locations.
Locations, because I'm fulfilling my order from a warehouse, I'm fulfilling an order from a store, and I can go to a store and pick up my order. So
Okay.
three ways of fulfilling my order.
Okay, Ram, let me help you. Okay, for example, if you are ordering for any fast moving items, you will get those items at anywhere, right? For example,
Yes.
if you're buying for a latest mobile,
Okay.
so that can be available whenever you are giving an order. It will go to one company. Okay, so they will have different outlets. For example, you are giving an order from a place, Kukatpalli in Hyderabad. Okay, so it can be filled from a place which is in Kukatpalli, or it can be filled from a place which is near to you, Miapur. It can be filled from, so it will see which is the nearest area for you. From there, delivering is very easy, right?
Yes, exactly.
Very cheap. For example, instead of delivering a good to Kukatpalli, instead of from Uppal, even though Uppal they have a lot of inventory, if if it is from Miapur, it is nearest to you, right?
Yes,
And
exactly.
what omnichannel will do is that it will connect with all the databases of all the stores.
Mhm.
Okay. For example, if you are ordering for a very item which we are not using, for example, old mobiles, okay,
Okay.
that won't be available in all the stores. Okay. So
Yes.
what the omnichannel will do is that, okay, it will have the access to all the databases. Okay. It will
Uh-huh.
check, okay, if it is from where we can fulfill it, and if sometimes if it is not there in the stores, it will see whether it is available in warehouses. Warehouse
Okay.
is the one where they will be manufacturing, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
And
Yes.
there might be some cases, for example, if all the old mobiles are there, okay, for them, if there are no sales, what they will do is they will take all of them and they will keep in a place, okay, where there is a space in the stores or warehouses. Okay.
Yeah.
All those which are all the mobiles which they manufactured 10 years before, they won't have any orders now, right? So they will keep
Yes.
in places. Okay. Okay. So this omni channel will have the access to all those things. For
Okay,
example,
got
if
it.
somebody is giving an order from Bangalore also, if it is not there in Bangalore, it will be able to access where it is. It will check, okay, in Hyderabad, there is the area called Uppal. In Uppal, we have all the old phones. So it
Yeah.
will click and will create an order and it will allocate the inventory from that location.
From the available location. I mean, where it
Yes,
is simple.
right, right.
From
So it will search, and not only that one. So not only inventory, for example, it will give you an access from where, for example, you can order from home and you can pick it. If you can, if you want, you can brought it at home. Otherwise, if you want to pick up at stores, that option is also available. So omnichannel is a platform where it will give you a kind of it will have access to all the things. It will make our operation smooth. It will make sure that the
the
business
order
won't
is
lose the
placed
order.
and
Hmm?
delivered successfully with a low efficiency, cost, and time.
Not only efficiency, so it will make sure that they won't lose any order, but it will have the access to all the systems.
Okay.
Okay, so previously what they used to do is that, okay, previously some, for example, if 4 or 5 companies are merging, what will happen is, okay, what it used to happen is that, okay, everybody, they will have the access to only to their databases.
Mm-hmm.
For example, now for example, if Reliance is there, okay, Reliance,
Mm-hmm.
if they are buying another company, Idea, okay,
Mm-hmm.
both might be manufacturing these mobiles. They will have their own GSM, this thing, right? Okay. I don't know. For example, if any two manufacturers, they are merging. Previously,
Okay.
what they used to have is they will have the access to their own databases. Okay, with the omni
Exactly.
channel, now it will make sure that even though companies are merging, it will make sure that if an order is placed from Reliance also, it will make sure that it will search for the database in the Idea, other things also, newly merged.
Exactly.
That is a
Exactly.
platform, omni-channel.
Okay,
You
got it.
can,
Got it.
if you are ordering from mobile, if you order from e-commerce, or if you are ordering from call center or store, whatever, it will make sure that everything will be integrated and your order will be fulfilled.
Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay, there might be some deviation in whatever the times that I am explaining. Okay, but overall, you can understand like that. Once
Yes. Yes. Got
tomorrow,
it. Yeah. 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 Yeah, George. Yeah, you have just cleared the way, cleared the
right,
gap I had regarding the Omni channel. Yeah.
right, right. Once Saket is available tomorrow, he can give you accurate details.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Sure.
whatever that I told, it might not be accurate, but the concept is like that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks, George. And George, do we have stores in India?
This is whatever the thing we are supporting is Asina.
Yes. Yes.
Asina, that is Asina has previously, it used to have around 8 to 9 brands. 8 to 9
Okay.
brands. As they have, I will give you the business context. So they have started with 4 or 5 brands: Justice, Lane, Mauritius, and Catherine, 4 stores. And then they are merged with another company called Ann Taylor. Both are
Okay.
close business, clothes. Okay, men
Yeah.
clothes. Okay, so when they merged, what they had is that one of their even though both of them are using Manhattan is the application
Place
software.
place. Okay.
Manhattan OMS is the software which are used by Asina and Taylor.
Okay, the two different
Taylor
brands.
also they had 4 or 5 brands. Once they merge, what happened is they both are running different databases. They both are running in different databases.
Okay.
So and Taylor they have a brand called Lane. If you are giving an order from Lane, okay.
Okay.
So it won't search for the items that are there
Asina.
in the right.
Asina.
Like
Yeah.
that. So it is there.
Yeah.
But they both are running in different platforms. Now what happened is now Asina has been acquired by a company called Premium Brands, Sycamore. Okay.
Premium brands.
Premium brands.
Okay.
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 So after that, some of the company, some brands like Catherine, Justice, they moved away from Asina. They are acquired by some other company.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we won't take care of their orders, but we will take care of 2 brands mainly. That is Lane brand and Mauritius.
Lynn and Mauritius.
Lane brand and Mauritius.
Lane. Okay. Lane.
Whatever orders that are coming, we are taking care. And premium, there is a and Taylor is also there. And Taylor for their brands also we have. So totally they have around 2,000 stores in US and Canada.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay.
Okay. Out of that, I think each brand is having around 500 stores. Okay. So they will be capturing the orders from online or from stores. People can come to the store and they can give the orders from there also. And people will call from the call to the call center, and they will book their orders also. Okay. There might be different channels through which we are capturing the orders. One might be call center, one might be your website, e-commerce. Okay.
Yeah. Or directly we can go to the store.
Right. There are 3 ways of capturing the orders. Yes.
Through call center, through e-commerce, or by person. We can just walk into the stores and
go to the store and he can book also.
Can place an order. Yeah.
So these are the generic things that will happen in OMS. A specific Asina, how the order capture will happen, we can see it in the next sessions.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
thanks.
these are the ways we will be capturing, and people will be using different payments also.
Yeah. As we do, right? PayPal as
Right.
Sharon mentioned, PayPal, UPI, and Amazon Pay. This thing.
Right.
So they
You
could
can
be
pay
different
from your
ways.
credit card, debit card.
Debit card. Yes. Our pay and delivery. I don't know whether they have it or not.
There may be some gift cards also will be there, right?
Yes. We can redeem that voucher and we can
right
place the order. Yeah.
Yes. So there are different ways of capturing the order. There are different ways of paying the amount.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what you need to remember. Okay. And orders can be to a different brands also. In Asina, they are not catering only one brand. There are in Asina, we are making it into 2 parts. One is legacy part, where we'll call it as Lane brand and Mauritius. The orders can be of any brand. It can be Lane or Mauritius.
Okay.
And there is one more thing called premium. Premium, how many brands we have, Sharon?
Yeah, as of now we have 4 brands. Sorry.
So in premium we have Ann Taylor and Loft, right?
We have Ann Taylor, Loft, and an Ann Taylor factory. So we can call it like 3 brands, Loss and Loft.
Okay. So we might be getting the order for any of those brands. Okay. Yeah. But the applications for Lane brand and Mauritius is different. The application for Ann Taylor and Loft is different. Okay. So you might need to handle any of the things. Okay, so there we will be getting orders for different brands, different systems. We'll get the orders, different ways of capturing the orders,
Okay.
and different ways of payments.
Okay.
Okay, these are the points that you need to remember.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
confused
maybe
with
in
the
the
brands which are new to this is the first time we are hearing. But going forward, we'll have this, right? The brands which it comes under the premium and in Asina, the
right,
one. Yeah.
right. We will give
Yeah.
you the details.
Okay, then fine, Yeah, getting confused with the names because they are unique, right? We don't hear them normally like we hear in India. So once we go
Yes,
through them, then we'll come to accustomed to those names as yes, got it.
right. Good.
And I
So
heard it is in PVR Hyderabad in Panjagutta, this Asina store. Is it true? You have any idea? Because I just inquired. I don't know which Asina it is. One store in PVR Panjagutta. Uh, because I
no,
stay here only in Panjagutta, but I never been there. I
I
try to
don't.
find it tomorrow. Okay.
I don't know
I
with the
don't think so.
globalization.
I think it's from US only, mostly. US, Canada, like that.
Okay, not in India. We don't have any store in India.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay, great, Sharon. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Okay, Ram, we want you. Okay, so because it is a new thing, we want you to come and ask the questions. So that will help you to understand. And to the
Yes.
people also, it will be if you are asking the questions and if the sessions are interactive, that will help us. Okay.
Yeah.
So we encourage you to ask the questions. Or if you don't understand, you can ask. You can ask the persons to slow down.
Yeah.
That
So
way,
that is the
here
reason. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, George. So yeah, in order to coming back to you again and again. So that is the reason I just asked to have this recording, so that in case if I have something missed out, I can go through that recording once again. And even though if I'm not getting in, then I can raise a question. So that was the main concept, asking for the recording sessions. So that there could not be any knowledge gap between us, in between all of us, and we can get it clarified. We can go to the session 2 or session 3 where we had this topic discussed, and we can just go through them that once again, and we can get sorted out. So that was the intention for me to have it get recorded.
yes, we are recording that, but
Yeah, thanks.
it is
Yeah.
if nobody is asking the questions, what will be there in the recording?
Got it. So, initially,
When we ask the questions only, you will get more explanation.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's a one-way show.
Yeah, it should be two-way interactive. You mean to say?
Yes, ask the questions. That's how we will. Here we are not teaching you. We are creating a platform where
Yeah.
you will equip yourself.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yeah. Yes,
That
sure.
is the
I
intention.
understood. Yeah.
That is the intention. Okay. Thing is that you have to make use of this platform efficiently.
Definitely, George, because this is very new to us. This project OMS order management system, this is the first time in my career I'm just
That's
going through
why
this.
we don't want to confuse with too many technical things. So today Sharon didn't use any of the technical word. She used all the functional words only.
Yeah.
Even we thought of not introducing Asina also because some questions came. That's why I talked about Asina. Actually, we discussed not to talk anything about Asina, but only want to stick with the OMS. Okay, we want to go at a slow pace. If you're fine saying that okay, I'm ready, then we'll quickly jump into the next topics and we'll close the KT.
Okay.
But if you want to learn, you have to take time and you have to learn.
Yes.
Okay. Now you can see Saket is the correct guy to answer what is omnichannel. Welcome, Saket. We are about to close the call. Fine.
Yeah.
Good. I can see you.
Yeah.
If you have
I,
anything.
I forgot about this call. Yeah.
Okay, fine. There is a question from Ram about what is omnichannel. If you have any time, can you explain, or we will take it next week, next Monday? Saket.
Okay,
We're
we'll
almost
take
done
it
for 1 hour.
Monday. I'll
Okay,
handle
good.
the whole session. Okay.
Okay,
I'll give
good.
the overview of whole. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Saket, and very good evening to you.
Yeah. Hi. Good evening.
Thank you all. Especially I have to thank Sharon because I told her only 1.5 hours back Actually, someone else has to take this session because of some other issues in production. I have to ask Sharon. Maybe within 1.5 hours, she spent the time and she came up with the PPT. I am very much thankful to Sharon. She has within short notice she prepared for this session. Thank you, Sharon, for this helping us with this. And maybe from Monday. Thank you. From Monday we can continue this. Thank you, Sanket, for hosting this session. Thank you all for joining.